I'm gonna make some tortillas today the way I make them. I just started making them with butter, which is actually so much better. It comes out more delicious. I think it gives it more of a consistency, like a fluffier consistency, and I feel like they stretch a lot better when I make them. I don't know if it's just in my head, but I learned this through TikTok, so I want to show you guys. You need a bowl, all-purpose flour, water, salt, and butter. You can add baking powder if you want to. You don't need it. So just letting you guys know, let's get started now. As you all know, I got this beautiful, amazing, luscious hair. I just got extensions, so I'm using any excuse to like flip my hair. But anyways, putting my hair back because I don't need hair in people's food. This is for my sister. I'm making it for my sister. She has 5 kids, so I'm like, you know what, you can use a few dozen tortillas, so let's do this. So I usually make more than this, but for measuring purposes, I'm going to show you guys how to measure. I'm really bad at showing people how to measure, but I'm going to try my very best. So you're going to put about 3 cups of all-purpose flour in your bowl. You go ahead and do that. Here it is, and clearly I'm still working through some technical difficulties with my phone props and stuff. I don't know what this is. I don't know. You guys could figure it out yourself. I put about this much of salt. I just sprinkle it on in. Give it a little mix-a-roo. Like I said, this is if you're gonna put your baking powder, you're more than welcome to add just like, here's the flour, just like a pinch. Just a pinch. Don't put too much baking powder if you are gonna put it. That's not in mine. What you call them? Just kidding, chill guys. Anyway, so I get a cup of water in your measuring cup. And then, it doesn't have to be, but just make sure it's a cup of water. And then I personally like to cut these up a little bit, just so they can melt faster. And yes, I do. I stick it in the microwave. You don't have to just put hot water. However, whatever way you want to melt your butter in the water. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the microwave right now, and I'll come right back. Alrighty, so I got the butter and the water mixed. I am going to, sorry, that was 8 tablespoons, so it's like a full stick of butter. So I'm going to go ahead and mix it on in. Let me try to move the camera maybe so you guys can see it. Okay, you guys are a little bit lower. Anyway, so now I'm going to add it to the flour and salt mixture. And I'm just going to slowly pour it in. Do not touch it until your hands are ready to touch that level of heat. I put it in for about 1.5 minutes. It's still a little bit steamy. Yes, I did pour it all at once. You might need more water, you might need more flour. It all just depends. So now I feel like it's at a decent temperature. It's still hot. I don't mind it. I used to like boil water and do this, but you know. Like I said, I used to use lard with this. That's how I grew up making it. But I did see that the butter thing was a thing, and I was like, why not? And I actually, my first attempt of trying it was on TikTok Live, and I was very shocked on how amazing they were. They were like so fluffy. So we're going to keep mixing it. So it's part of a little ball. And it is a little sticky, but not too much. So I'm going to go ahead and put it here. I did wipe and clean my counters perfectly fine. So don't worry about it because you're not eating it. So shut your mouth. Anyways, I am going to masarlo for a little bit. What is that in English? Knead. Yeah, knead, right? So we're going to mess around with this. I literally don't play around. I do it a good 5 to 7 minutes. So I'll be back when I'm done with this. So now I have the dough exactly how I want it. I want it to feel just like this and look just like this. I want it to be able to, after I let it sit for a little bit, to be able to just pinch off the bolas that I need in a little bit. So I'm going to put this in the bowl, nice and pretty. And I'm going to go ahead and cover it with a clean kitchen towel. Okay, now this been sitting here for a minute. I'm going to grab it. I'm going to place it here. And then I'm going to make the bolitas. The bolitas are to your liking. So it's going to be like, sorry, that's my brother-in-law. Just showing you guys how I do it. Just grab one. And I usually go like this, but if I go like this, I feel like it evens out the creases. So then it just makes it better when you do end up doing this. And it looks like this. I kind of like to flatten them a little bit like this. And then we put them in the bowl. This should make about 12 to 18 depending on the size of your tortilla. Okay, now that I'm done with the bolitas, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put them in a bowl, and then with a clean kitchen towel, I am going to cover them for another 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so now I'm going to put a little bit of flour on my counter or your mat if you're lucky enough to have a mat. I don't. And I'm going to just flip it on both sides like this, and then I'm going to get my bolillo and start rolling it out. Okay, and then you're going to rolling it all the way up and down. Eventually the stretchiness will come down and it'll like make the perfect circle that you want. I think a lot of people stress about the shape of it, but usually it gets better. So here's this one. And now you can go to my live for the last of the results. I'm going live now.